First impressions really, I mean, starting with the Laudal, I mean, it's fair to say JCB has got its Laudal product pretty much wrapped up. They were one of the first, or if not the first, to start with this telescopic handler developed from a sight machine, and they've pretty much honed the Laudal to what it is today. It's a very jump on and drive machine. There's nothing too fancy or too complicated about it. Visibility is excellent on it. Hydraulic response, as you'd expect and as you'd need on a machine like that, is good. Lots of breakout force. So yeah, you can't go wrong with such a machine. It's nice to see that JCB has stuck with intuitive and simple controls rather than fall into the trap that many other manufacturers have done, whereby they've shifted the shuttle away from the steering column and put it on top of the joystick, which is quite good once you get used to it, but for novices and casual workers can be quite entertaining while you watch them get used to it. The Laudal in particular, it's a highly versatile machine, so it's all mixed farming. It can pretty much carry out any task for any livestock farmer, all the way up to the arable boys. Manoeuvrability, as you'd expect from a four-wheel steering machine, pretty much spot on, although it would be nice to get it inside a building and see what it's really made of.
What we're looking for is a productive machine which is very fuel efficient. So the new machines that we've got on show here today, for instance, we've got the 145 flagship engine in the 541. We offer a 125 horsepower variant, which probably meets most of the UK farmers' demands. We're looking for similar output to its predecessor, but with greater fuel efficiency.
Particularly like how JCB's work with the EN 15,000 rule to prevent forward overturning. Basically the way they've gone for it, very simple, very passive. You don't have to select what attachment you're using or anything like that. It essentially just takes sensing readings off the rear axle and the front and off the boom and the boom angle. And if you are getting slightly overconfident, it will start to proportionally reduce how much the boom gets boomed out until at some point it will eventually stop to stop you overturning forwards. As for the TM articulated wheeled loader, again pretty good. It's a market that's increasing, probably taking a little bit away from the Laudal. It's particularly good for the farmers that are moving away from a tractor and loader combination. Still want that that central seated position, that central view position to the to the loader and the loader brackets. Quite a popular machine this with a lot of farmers who are moving away from a tractor and loader combination and going to a telescopic handler. It still gives them that same central driving position. What you get with this, as opposed to the Laudal machine, is you still get the same manoeuvrability, if not slightly better, due to the articulated steering. You do lose a little bit of lift height, but when you are loading up, say, straw for instance, you've got that little side shift movement with the steering, which is really handy for placing bales of straw. Excellent manoeuvrability because of the articulated steering. The front follows the rear and vice versa, which is particularly good in tight situations and spots around the yard. Visibility all around is pretty good, especially to the front half of the machine. You're pretty much sat nice and high, looking down on everything. You see what's going on. To the rear is not too bad, but that isn't as much of a concern as not much is going on back there. Overview, pretty good so far. Like I say, JCB's been doing this a long time. It's one of its core products is the Laudal, which we've been looking at today. So it's fair to say it's a decent machine.